This is a homecoming to family, to ancestral lands, to places and things unknown, as well as the familiar. This trip takes you to the side of Japan most eyes don't see, the coastal cities of Honshu, mountainous towns tucked away in the northern prefecture of Yamagata. This is where my lineage starts, or at least part of it. It's the town where great-grandmother lived, where the rest of our family history is born out of. I haven't seen my grandparents in 5 years. That's a long time. This trip was meant for us to be together in a place that holds much family history and meaning. There will never be a time like this again, where 3 generations get to wander through time and travel to the past while experiencing something new together.
以上で座席情報の登録が完了しました。シンクロライト番号の電源をオンにして。
There are some things that can never be forgotten. They are almost inherent, so deeply ingrained in your memories, as if it were written into your DNA many, many years ago. I see these things in my grandparents, the way they move slowly through the world, appreciating simple things in life that are also usually the most beautiful. The way they carry life in their bones, and when it's time, set it down to rest. There is a deep familiarity in being with family members, no matter how far removed by time or distance. I see parts of myself in them, and it makes me curious to want to know, how did this come about? What miracle needed to happen for our existence to coincide in the same century? Something about the stark difference in generations reminds me that I come from somewhere. I didn't just appear out of nothing. And that means my life is a lot more precious than I treat it sometimes. There's a lot more to be grateful for than the eye can see. And moments like these remind me to hold on tight and say my thanks for every moment that I get to exist in this world. attribute a lot of my natural curiosity to my grandparents, both of which always cultivated a sense of understanding the world through open eyes. Contemplation is my grandfather's favorite activity, besides engineering the next great invention. But I admire the way he thinks, how he questions without hesitation, how unabashedly honest he can be with his opinion. There is a certain clarity in his voice that speaks to the times he grew up in, how different it was, and what he knew to be true back then. To see someone of this age exist in today's world, well, is quite interesting.
But in 30 minutes, we can eat one.
I've always looked at him and my grandmother as cornerstones to my beliefs, my values, and ways of life. I aspired to be more like them, present and content, tender to the moments that make life worth it. I know I don't have much time with them left, so I try to make the most of what I do have, which is written in the creases of her hands that I hold on to tightly like a little girl. It's hard to put into words what family means to you, what you wish you could say, but sometimes don't really know how to. I strongly believe that everyone who touches your life lives on through you, one way or another. Her hands are my hands. That smile and cheekbones, too.
Attention, please. There is a risk that the suitcase will roll over while driving.
She doesn't know it, but there is one thing she has always said to me that has kept me going more times than I can count, and that is, go ahead. There is nowhere else to go but ahead. Take what you can with you, but don't ever stop going where you are meant to go. This is a love letter to my grandparents, to my mother, to my great-grandmother who I've never met. All of us, in one way or another, will shape the trajectory of our families and our lives. So go ahead. See where it leads you. You might just find something really special.